So the new fights are water, so much so that government is getting immune to the people's concerns. Now we see governments have never been sensitive to people's struggle. They immediately brand people as Maoist or anti-national when they try to raise their voice, however democratic that may be. But then the new trend is, it is almost, government is already immune. They don't even, like it's like your own child sneezing always, you know that, oh, he sneezes. So forget about it. No medicine required. So government is already forgetting that people are fighting. MOUs are signed without understanding the impact on water resources. The only thing that the government does is signing an MOU, then letting the industry go and find its own way to find the water, whatever. And the river has already turned, I think, E. The new report hasn't come. It's a 5-year-old report. On pollution indicators, it is already a critically polluted river. It is not even suitable for animals to take bath in that when it comes to a E level. So the river is almost dying. And as I said, the policymakers are trying to cut the river into pieces. They don't consider Mahanadi as a river. Everything is decided on piecemeal approach. If there is one power plant at Cuttack in the delta near the sea and another power plant in Chhattisgarh somewhere, they don't see that the entire thing will have a cumulative impact on the river. So Odisha can plan as many power plants, and even after 5 kilometers, Odisha will not really bother that 5 kilometer upstream within the state also what is happening, how much flow is there. So they just decide that there is some water visible. It's like the jungle Raj. There is no scientific, each EIA report looks the same. Even names are not changed when they copy that. So many times you will find a EIA report of a power plant which is of Jindal, but actually talking about Tata. And the names are of the areas are also very unfortunately, and the pollution control board still has the guts and courage to upload that in their website. So that is how the impact assessments are done on very individual basis, on very fraudulent and crooked data. So there is absolutely no hope, and that's why the river, we say, has been cut into pieces in deciding its about its future. And that's why we keep on saying, for Mahanadi, actually it is a completely privatized river, in a sense that each stretch of it has been given to a private company in a different sense. Only Seonath river's privatization comes to talk everywhere, but in fact Mahanadi may be the only river which is completely privatized from top to the toe. And people don't really, the governments don't really talk, as I said. So it's time to act. We have some suggestions. Mahanadi still has scope to provide example for sustainable river management, because there are still most of these plants are yet to come. And states can immediately enter into a bilateral agreement. We have been saying that on floods. Last time we kept on saying we don't have any agreement. Chhattisgarh can release any water from the barrages above, and then Orissa keeps on blaming Chhattisgarh that the water came, so we had to mismanage Hirakut. Millions of people die or get affected, they don't mind. So there is a time, it's a time that we have to have an agreement, something legally binding, and then immediately the cumulative impact assessment over the river from the top to the bottom, from where it originates from the forest to the sea, has to be done. And without that, no further industrialization or even urbanization, I would say. I keep on saying that we should have, this is a time that we should start restricting urbanization, because our urbanization is going to kill these rivers. They've already killed. And if we really want to see our rivers flow, then we have to restrict the urbanization somewhere. We cannot really grow a Delhi, which is grown 42 times since 1900. And we keep on saying that we can still manage it. We cannot really say the cities can grow as they wish and kill all the rivers in the villages, and we will never have their own water resources. So I think there are some very strategic issues to look into. Then there are points to debate. We feel that communities' involvement in river management is very essential, and we have been trying to sort of facilitate that. And then impacts of the recent orders, Supreme Court orders, where it says that you can auction, like water is put as a 2G thing, it's a spectrum, so you can also auction water. So despite of the fact that Supreme Court has also given another order that water bodies should be freed from encroachment, there are also contradicting orders or verdicts which say that you can auction water. So I think water cannot be auctioned by human beings. As Ramaswamy R sir always say, and that is something I keep on repeating, we have not created water. Rather, water has created us. So we should respect. We have no right to auction water. We only something that we can do is to let the river flow as it is. We cannot really abuse it any beyond that what we are doing. Rather, we have to restore it to its some level of pristinity, if not to the level that it came to us. And the new water policy, we believe, is going to really pursue this privatization agenda further, and we need to really debate that also. Thank you so much.